What is up, my butter biscuits? So in today's video, obviously, as you guys can tell by the title, we were talking about Jeffree again. This to me was like low-key a little bit surprising. I was like, wait, what? I always thought that Jaclyn Hill had some type of owning over Morphe because she's always acted like it's her brand. However, things came out, which I do have a clip in there that you can hear from Jeffree's mouth himself saying how much he's invested into Morphe, which is shocking to know that he owns part of it. So we're gonna talk about that today. Y'all, it is currently 85 degrees and I'm wearing a beanie. My sis has just really been getting on my nerves in my videos. I just keep on seeing it. So I'm like, let me just put on a beanie until I can get it removed. But I can't have any type of doctor's appointments like that until this whole shutdown is over. But I'm getting really tired of my sis because it just has to make an appearance in every video. So that's why I've been wearing beanies. And even though I am literally sweating down my sideburns right now, it is so hot. So anyways, before we jump into the main topic of the video, I did want to talk about a couple things because a lot of you guys are DMing me and tweeting me and, you know, commenting it in my previous video as well too. A lot of people are asking me to basically touch base on what's going on with Jeffree right now, that his past is being brought up again. And I will say that it's a very tricky situation, and this is something that I am just completely not comfortable talking about. I'm pretty sure you guys know this about me by now. My channel is very lighthearted. Everything that I talk about is just like little chisme, little gossip of what's going on, but it's not like dark things that can you know, result in somebody ending up with jail time, or, you know, having just these strong allegations on people. That's not something that I feel comfortable talking about because I don't have any type of legal representation. I can't even afford any type of legal representation just in case I do say something wrong. And I know obviously you can cover your own end by saying allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. However, with this stuff that's going on with him being linked to one of the band members from Blood on the Dance Floor is just something I just will not discuss on my channel because it's just too deep. I will say though, in my honest opinion, as of right now, it's really not looking good for Jeffree, and I think that sucks because a lot of things from his past just keep on coming back, and it sucks in a way because people do grow, people do change. However, you know, your past will come back to haunt you, you know. That's why you should always be cautious about what you're doing. And I think that he's being linked to this person who obviously he was friends with, who he obviously toured with, who he had an affiliation with, and it may totally be a thing of guilty by association. But it's hard for me specifically to talk about this type of subject because I don't know, I have this like there's something about me, everyone knows this. When it happened in the past, so far in the past, it's kind of like people grow, people learn, people change. But I will say him keeping his silence right now is really not making him look good, and everything that I've been reading online is really not looking good for him. However, Keemstar did reach out to him, and I'm so curious to see how this is going to go because I just personally do not like Keemstar. However, he went ahead and he tweeted out this. He said, FaceTime at Jeffree Star today. Was trying to help out some smaller drama channel get a statement about some 10-year-old drama. Jeffree had a good explanation for everything. Invited him on Mom's Basement, I guess, which is his talk show. I've never really watched it, to be honest with you. I've seen a couple of Keemstar's videos and I'm just like, oh, the way he talks, it just, it irks me. Anyways, to talk about it further, just whatever else, he's booked for next week. So he's going to be on his channel next week to basically discuss everything, and he said that he had a good explanation, which like I said, it could totally be one of those things that it's guilty by association. I just don't feel comfortable talking about things because this obviously runs very deep. But if you guys are interested in knowing more about this, you guys can literally just do a simple Google search and the videos will pop up. There are several other commentary channels that are, you know, comfortable talking about this, but just not me. It's just too dark for me to talk about, y'all, and I hope you guys understand that. I'm not like the #1 source for news. I'm not like the, you know, exposer in any type of way. I literally just have a little gossip, a little chit chat on what's going on right now that is lighthearted, you know, like things being a little bit shady, people shading people, you know, brands and things like that. Obviously, you guys know, look at every single one of my videos. I've never talked about something so in depth, and this is just a little bit too deep for me to talk about. So I hope you guys respect that, understand that. If I will say this though, if he has his interview with Keemstar and things start to make a little bit more sense and I feel a little bit more comfortable talking about it, then next week I'll see after that interview if I do make a video about it. However, as of right now, it's a no-go because there's just so many unknown things right now, and y'all, on the internet, it's this way, that way, this way, that way, and it's just like, whoa, you don't know what to believe, you don't know what's going on. So it's better to just wait to see, to hear Jeffree from himself. So anyways, I wanted to get that out there because so many of you guys are reaching out to me about that. So I wanted to clear the air up on that. Anyways, y'all, sorry for that longo intro. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, turn on your post notifications so that way you guys get notified when I upload a new video. Also, make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up because it does help me out in the algorithm and I would really appreciate that. So let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. I feel like this to me was low-key okay, like it was very surprising, I guess, to finally hear it, but then I kind of already speculated it, like I kind of already knew about it. So just in case you guys did not see, Jeffree has came out and said that he basically owns part of Morphe. He said in a video clip, and actually, you know what, before we get into it, let me just go ahead and run the video clip for you guys so that way you guys can hear it for yourself. This is from Johnny Dang's YouTube, who he is a custom jeweler, and Jeffree was visiting his shop to do some shopping, and he basically let it out there, which to me was really shocking. I do have to put out there because he did say before that there's a lot of things that he are invested in but he doesn't speak about. So this was shocking to hear, but go ahead and hear it for yourself.
He said, okay, so remember you guys sent me the mold kit.
Right.
I flew to New York, so she had to overnight me, and then Nate sent his separate, right?
Yeah, he sent his from the house.
I just want to make sure you have it, and that the mold is good enough, so then we'll get him order some.
Right. I need to show you something real soon.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Is my mold good?
I know, but check it out. I think it's good.
Sure.
It is good.
Yes.
So what in the mold? That's you open the store?
Yeah, so it's called Morphe Brushes. So it's like a company that I invested in, and I have my own brand in the store. Kind of like a Sephora, but like better. Yeah, it's like the new wave. So we have 75 stores opening this year by Christmas. Yeah.
Wow,
yeah. And then we're going
congratulations.
Toronto,
Nice.
Australia, England. We go to England in 2 days to open.
Another way around.
Yeah, I know. We've been to so many cities. Since I know he travels a lot too. He's always somewhere. You're like, where am I? Don't remember where I was.
Okay, so there you guys heard it for yourself. He said that we are opening up 75 locations, and he said that he is an investor in the brand. Now, this to me, like I said, it was a little bit shocking. However, it did start to make sense because let's keep it really real here, and I'm not even trying to be shady towards Jeffree in any type of way. He has absolutely no problem whatsoever calling a brand out, calling a company out, calling a product out, saying this product is trash, saying that product is trash. However, he has never spoken bad about Morphe. And I know that he obviously has strong ties with them. I know that he's been carried. Like as soon as he came out with his brand 4 years ago or 5 years ago going on at this point, they were immediately sold in Morphe and they buy a huge amount of product from him. So obviously he doesn't want to ruin any type of business relationship with them. I totally get that. However, I do think maybe this is just the type of person that I am. You guys know, even if my friend comes out with a product and there's something that I don't like about it, there's a very nice way to go about it and say, you know what, this product just doesn't work to my liking. I just don't really care for it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like in any type of way that should ruin your reputation with a brand or ruin your, you know, relationship with a brand. So in my personal opinion, though, there has been several flops from Morphe, and I'm pretty sure you all know this by now, and Morphe has done a lot of shady things. And I'm not even speaking about just me, you know, I'm not even like being, you know, I'm not taking it personal. I'm just saying in general, Morphe has done a lot of shady things, and he has never had anything bad to say about them, and it just all makes sense now that he's obviously getting some type of revenue from the sales of Morphe. And y'all, let's keep it real too. You guys can go back to my video, and this was the thing. Oh, I was so irritated when I made this video of his palette. Everyone actually saw it on their own. So when I was doing my left eyeshadow with his palette with Morphe, that the greens inside there were so patchy, you guys, like so patchy, so separated, just so and I was like, wait, this is not Jeffree's quality, because Jeffree's mattes are really, really good. Like, wait, what? He should have had a better formula when it came to Morphe. But everyone obviously was raving about that, and I don't know, to me I was just kind of like, this is not really a good palette, and you guys could see it that actually on camera for yourself, and a lot of other people had the same exact complaint. So it's just kind of like funny to see that, oh, he never has anything bad to say about the brand. So just to give you guys a little bit of a rundown, Morphe came out in 2008, and basically what they were doing before is they were working just as trade shows, basically doing private labeling products as well too. So what they would do is mass buy from China, and they would have actually in their company, when they first came out with the Burbank store, I remember shopping there, and you could purchase your brand, like say for example, if I had a brand Skelotim and then I just wanted to come out with brushes, they could print it on their Skelotim. So they ended up like mass buying products from China, bringing it over here to private label as well. And that's what they did with their product as well, private label. And this is the thing that I've always had to say, everyone is so against, you know, products coming from China and private labeling because there's no custom formulation behind it. It's literally, you see a catalog, you see a palette, you buy it, you put your name on it, and that's it. There's no custom design to it. There's no custom formulation to it. There's no lab process behind it. You buy it, China ships it, and it comes over ready to sell. And this is the thing that everyone is like so against that. However, Morphe came out and, you know, turned out to be really, really big. And I will say, I don't know now at this point if they're doing custom formulation, but I will say their palettes do still have that same type of private label look to it. So anyways, in 2008, they started out with their trade shows, like I said. They ended up moving forward to opening up their own store, which became so super successful for them. And as soon as Jeffree came out with his line, it was immediately sold in there. It was the only place that you could purchase it in person. Now, moving forward, they obviously became so successful. In 2017, they sold the brand, 60% of the brand, between, this is the public thing right here, between $200 and $400 million. We don't really know who purchased it. We don't know for the exact amount. However, there was a lot of speculation saying that it was Jeffree Star, but in 2017, I don't really think that he had, sorry, I keep messing with my beanie. I don't really think that he had $200 to $400 million to invest into another brand. I think that his brand recently became super successful within the past like year and a half, 2 years, especially with him collaborating with Shane Dawson. That just like put him on the map even further, you know? However, moving forward to 2019, this brand actually, I don't know what they own, but I just did a little research on it last night. And this brand, General Atlantic, they acquired Morphe for $2.2 billion. This is where things get a little bit tricky because Linda Morphe still owned a little bit of the brand. Obviously, she owned 40% after selling it. But if they ended up selling it completely, which there's no public records of them actually finalizing a deal with General Atlantic, then that means that Morphe would have been, Linda Morphe would have been bought out, as well as, you know, whoever else the other person was, which we don't know who that is. But he's still obviously a investor in the brand. And General Atlantic, when they were acquiring the brand, they also did say that any investors will still be investors in the brand. So this whole thing, to me, honestly, it's really surprising, but then it kind of just makes sense, you know? It kind of like, okay, he carries his brand there. It's the only place here in America where you can purchase his brand in person, so it makes sense for him to make that business move. But now everything, like I said, it just clicks with me because he's never spoke bad about a product. But here's the thing though, and this is where like me being a little, you know, metiche, like I like to know what's up, is, and I'm so curious about this, which I don't know if we'll ever know. I wonder how much of the brand he owns. Like, how much of a say-so does he have in the brand? Because obviously, you guys know he has had a falling out with like every YouTuber at this point, every beauty guru at this point. And look, James Charles, he had drama with. Manny, he had drama with. Nikita, he had drama with. Even Nikki Tutorials had drama with. And they all have codes and they all have strong ties to Morphe. So I'm really curious to know how much of a say he has in it, because they're still doing all these collaborations with all these other people, and still till this day, Manny MUA's line is still sold. Wait, is it still sold in there? You know what? I'm not too sure if it's still sold in there, but it was sold in there because now I know he's carried at Sephora, so they may have cut that deal. But anyways, I do find it very interesting, you know what I mean, to know that he's had drama with all these people, and like all of a sudden it really came out that he is a big investor in there. And for him to say we are opening 75 stores, I feel like he has to have a good chunk of the company. But anyways, I want to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on this. To me, I found it to be like kind of shocking, you know what I mean? I was just kind of like, oh wow, like I always thought it was going to be Jaclyn Hill who owned part of the brand, because she just seems to just ride or die for Morphe. Even when they do her dirty, she's still ride or dying for Morphe. I just don't get it, but hey, that's her. I guess they're just paying her really, really good. I'm curious to know if she's an investor in the brand too, because I think that would make a lot of sense, especially with when she came out with all of her products and everything. Like, some people ordered Morphe and they got a Jaclyn Hill packing slip, or some people ordered Morphe and it came in a Jaclyn Hill box. Like, you know what I mean? Everything just kind of makes sense in that aspect, but I'm curious to know more. So maybe we'll see as the time goes on. Maybe he'll come forward and say what the true tea is, but at least we know for now he definitely does own part of Morphe. Anyways, I want to know your guys' 2 cents on it. Were you guys surprised by it? Is this something that you already knew? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.